Hello folks, hope you're well. Got a good bit of fun for you today. We're talking about how to make interesting sounding recordings, specifically drums, at home. The general advice for home recording of any kind is to keep it dry. So you see people with duvets everywhere or the acoustic foam on the walls. Today I want to talk to you about using the environments in your home to get something unique sounding. Obviously this doesn't just apply to drums, but that's what we're going to focus on in this video. Where you put the drums is dramatically going to alter how they sound. If you put them in the garage, they're going to sound different to if they were in the bathroom, and if you put them in the garden, they're going to sound completely different again. Well, you might want to stick to recording acoustic guitar when you're outside. Great recordings start with great drum sounds, and when I think of great drum sounds, I think of Led Zeppelin. Over the course of their career, you can hear a range of different drum sounds, but we're going to focus on the one that they're famous for, the big ambient drum sound that you hear on records like When the Levee Breaks and The Ocean. And I'm going to use The Ocean to show you exactly how to do this setup. The cool thing about a lot of these Led Zeppelin recordings is that they weren't done in recording studios. The band would often rent a house somewhere, set up all the recording equipment in the house, and make the record that way. Perhaps the most famous of these residential recording locations is Headley Grange, where this trick originated. The Ocean was not recorded, as far as I'm aware, at Headley Grange, but it was done in a house. The recording technique that they became famous for using at Headley Grange is the stairwell mic technique. So instead of having the usual overhead drums over the drum kit, they suspended two microphones on an upper landing way above the drums. And we're going to try that in my house. Sadly, I don't live in a 10-bedroom country mansion, but I have got a staircase. So let's go and set up the drums and we'll have a chat about how I'm going to record them. Let's hear if this actually sounds like garbage. Here we are in the hallway. You can see it's pretty cramped. So we've got a stripped down drum kit. We've got bass drum and a snare drum from my 90s Pearl Export. And we've got a floor tom from a different kit, an older kit. We've got two cymbals. We've got a crash, which is an 18-inch crash, and some hi-hats. So let's talk about the microphones. We've got a really minimal setup downstairs at least. We've got the Bayer Dynamic M201 on the snare drum, and the only other mic we have down here is this Aston Spirit mic, and that is about 1 metre away from the kick drum. Those mics are purely there to reinforce the sound of the kick and the snare in our main pair. Let's go and take a look at them now. The most important mics today, our stereo pair. We've got two small diaphragm condenser mics. They're SE1As. They're very old, but they sound pretty good. And they're pointed at the drums, which are at the bottom of the stairs. These mics are about 10 or 15 feet away from the kit. And whilst it's not particularly reverberant up here, down there is really lively. We've got wooden floors and there's glass directly behind the drum kit. So what you'll get is all that liveliness coming up the stairs and then being reflected off these walls into that set of mics. Let's go and record some drums. 2, 3, 4. Probably got it there. So there we go. The drums are recorded. I had a lot of fun doing that today, and I hope that comes across in the video. It's amazing the difference just moving the drums to a different part of my house made to the sound of them. All of my other drum videos were recorded in my spare bedroom, so if you want to hear the difference that moving the kit made, go and check those out. The snare drum sounded particularly good out in the hallway. So that's pretty much it. Guitarists and bass players, if you made it this far, well done. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and of course, keep playing. Done 4 already, but now we're steady, and then they went 1, 2, 3.